What does 30 minutes, some scrap wood, and some basic tools get you? Maybe a lawsuit. Wait, what? And we're gonna build ourselves a couple little wallies. Nice try. Yeah, you can't talk about that. I already have orders flooding in. No, we're gonna have to cut that too. Selling for over $50. We're definitely not openly talking about that. Today's project, it's gotta stay between you and me, because until the year 2103, it's a little word that rhymes with shmoppy shmotected. Building a replica Wally and selling it raises concerns about copyright and trademark infringement, because Wally is a copyrighted and trademarked character owned by Disney. If the robot you create and sell is designed to be recognized as Wally, it could be considered a derivative work or a replica and potentially infringe upon Disney's copyright and trademark rights. Creating a Wally replica purely for personal enjoyment as a hobby is generally less likely to draw legal scrutiny than building and selling it for profit. Because unless you invite Disney's legal team into your home, how else are they going to see it? If you market the robot as Wally, use the character's name, or otherwise suggest an affiliation with Disney, you risk infringing on their trademark and copyrights. Disney is known for aggressively protecting its intellectual property and may send a cease and desist letter demanding that you stop selling the replica. If you ignore a cease and desist letter, Disney could file a lawsuit for copyright or trademark infringement, seeking damages and potentially requiring you to cease all sales of the product. In certain very limited circumstances, using copyrighted material without permission can be considered fair use, such as for parody, criticism, or educational purposes. What's going on? Oh my God, what a hillbilly place I live. Now that we have all of our pieces cut down to size, it's time to start shaping them to look like this robotic toy robot for kids. In that demonstration, I used Craft Bond repositionable glue stick. Why did I use a glue stick? Because it just peels right off when you're done. Say it in every video. It's literally the best. Our two leg pieces are almost done. I'm going to round those three corners off using the belt sander. I'm going to take a chamfer bit and just give them a light kiss around those edges. Again, just to kind of add a little profiling. And then using a 1/2 inch Forstner bit, I'm going to drill down about 1/4 of an inch so our screw is recessed in, so it's not sticking out of the side. If you are drilling out the recesses for the screw heads, just make sure that they're on the right side of the legs. If they're on the wrong side, you'll have to re-drill it. No one's going to see, but you'll know you've made a mistake. Do it right the first time. For our 4x4, I'm setting that chamfer bit to be just a little bit deeper, giving it just a light profile. Taking it over to the sander, kissing each one of those chamfer spots I just made, and then paying a good amount of attention to that end grain. I want to get it nice and sanded because once I go to stain these, if it is rough by any means, it's going to soak up a lot of stain. Might be a slightly different color. We don't want that. Real angry, concerned. Where's my plant, Captain? Why haven't you subscribed yet? The eyes go like this, not this is mad Wally, so it's this. For these little guys, we're going to jump up to a 1.25 inch Forstner bit. Again, drilling down about 1/4 of an inch just to give those eyes a slight recess. Kiss them on the sander just to get that edge nice and rounded. And then again, I am using that chamfer bit just to give them a light profile with the router. For his cute little arms, I don't use the templates provided. I'm just going to round it over best I can. Just note that one is 3/4 of an inch, one is 7/8 of an inch. That 7/8 larger width, that is where we are creating our round. We're going to do that to both of his arms and that extra little piece that goes behind his eyes. And our last two boards, I just sand them smooth. And lastly, I like his head to have a little tilt. To do that, all I'm going to do is just sand one of these corners, just like so. So I'm going to sand it 15 degrees back and 15 degrees to the side. Just so he's kind of looking up, you know, and he's like, where's my plant, Captain? I hope you guys have seen the movie. It's pretty old, and there's a lot of spoilers in here. Now, you might be typing out the comment right now. Yours is round. This one is square. Square is just a lot easier to do with the tools that you have at hand. To make the round one, all I did was just grab a round disc that I'd cut out using my 4-inch hole saw. Then I cut out the center of it using a 3.5-inch hole saw. That leaves me with a nice round. The cool thing about this excuse me, it holds a 4-inch pot kind of in the top, but these smaller, I don't know, whatever size they are, the smaller size one fits in there so adorably. Now, instead of it fitting inside, what would happen is you would put this to be level, and you would set whatever size pot you wanted on top of that. And it works out pretty well. If you have a 4-inch and a 3.5-inch hole saw, do the circle thing. If you want to try and cut one out with your jigsaw, that could work too. Fire up a CNC machine. There's a billion ways to get a circle. I'm leaving mine square. I want to see how it goes. And the last thing we need to do prior to assembly is drill a 1/4-inch hole into our body, the bottom and top of the little neck piece, and into the bottom of the part that's going to hold the eyes in place. If you guys don't own one of these, they're like 10 bucks. Has a couple different spots so your board fits perfectly inside of it. Has a bunch of different sizes. Really helps you get the center of your board. To drill our hole into the body, I like this not being at the bottom. It's how it is on the other two that I have made. So this is going to be the bottom. This is going to be our top. Putting our board on here, it's going to hug kind of the back of the body. It's not going to be near the front. It's not centered. It's near the back. And what I'd like to do is just, I know it's going to go somewhere right here. And I'm going to take my 1/4-inch Forstner bit, kind of hold it at that same angle, using this almost as a guide to drill it out. On to assembly. We are crushing it for time. Get it? Because he crushes trash for a living. He compacts trash for a living. I know this is going to be his little neck and head, and it's going to face that way. So the long part of our tracks, his legs, whatever you call them, it's going to go just like that. I'm going to go about inch and a half up. I have two different size drill bits. I have a really small, like 1/16 of an inch. Then I have a larger one that is just bigger than the screws that I am using. I'm using two different size screws, at least I did on that guy. So these, just a number 8 GRK, 1.5 inches. I also have 1.25 inches for any thinner spots if we need them. So I'm going to pilot out my hole. Pop in an 1.5 inch GRK. Silly me, it says a T20. I need a T12. For this leg, how do we get him so he, in the movie how he's like this a lot, like he's dying? We don't want that. So I'm going to put a level on top. I'm going to check and just make sure my little feet are about the same distance apart from each other. So they're going to be just like that. Clamping him down quite tightly. Block so he doesn't fall over on his own. Pilot this one. We're like done. Look at that. Now for his little arms and this, I'm going to pilot, again, a smaller hole. I don't want these to blow out when I go to screw it all together. Just wherever you want to put them. I like them almost in line with this, maybe a little bit more up. I don't need to pilot my 4x4. I hope it doesn't split in half because of this tiny screw. Just looking from the top, just so he's not like this. That's going to look silly. Reaching his little arms up. His little plant. I'm thinking this way. It really does look like he's just holding a pizza box up. When I made this originally, I made it out of paper to see that all my sizes were correct, and he was holding a pizza box. I'm going to pilot these out. In this step, we are not gluing anything because we're going to take it back apart so we can stain. Again, his eyes, that's angry. This is caring. I like them to be about a finger's width apart. Now these screws are 1.5 inches long. I've got two 3/4 inch materials. I don't want them poking out the front, especially since we did screw some of his eye out. So I'm switching to my smaller 1.25 inch screw. If somebody puts this drill in the way again, here, go over here. Go back there. And you guys can paint, stain, or finish these projects however you see fit. Now, I have recently learned that you can make a piece of pine kind of look like Purple Heart. This is with one treatment. I'm gonna probably do like 3 on this guy just to see. Purple Heart, it's a much lighter color, but you get it. I think it's gonna be kind of cool. The grain pattern pulls out, and no, we're not just mixing a little bit of water with acrylic paint and slathering it on. No, we're using harsh chemicals that you probably have in your garage. But what is the harsh chemical? Hey, stop. Just a little bit of purple primer. Use on PVC pipe. I'm gonna disassemble the entire project, hit it 3 times with some Purple Heart stain. Purple Heart stain. Purple Power stain. All of these pieces dried almost instantly. By the time you brushed it on, went to the next piece, the alcohol, whatever was in it, dried them up. You could brush it on again. And it's a lot darker. I did about 2 different coats. Brushed it all on, went back to the beginning, brushed it on. That's the difference. Your pine board. One looks pretty cool. I don't know the longevity of what this is going to do to our project, but maybe just buy tinted stain. I don't know. A little bit of super glue because we're in a hurry. Glue this guy in place now. Looking real good. Bing. Cock him over just to the side, just a little bit. Have a little tilt on him so he's kind of, he's looking up. He's like, what? Like that. Cool. And we just reassemble all of these pieces. Now I'm going to add some black where the eye recesses are. And I add a little bit of black, just kind of blotted in place down where the tracks are at, kind of like they're dirty. All right. I'll see you guys in the next one. Well, you'll see me in the next one. I'm looking at this. So, all right. See you guys. Wow. Is that a good impression? Thanks.